MIDI instrument track setup. Instrument tracks are great for creating single tracks with most virtual instruments or hardware MIDI sound modules because you can record MIDI data onto them and output an audio signal. To record MIDI data onto an instrument track, first create a new instrument track. Here, I'll create two to show the slight differences between using a virtual plug-in instrument and a hardware MIDI sound module. If not already shown, choose to show the I/O, instrument, and inserts view from the Edit Windows Track View selector. To use a virtual instrument, select it from the instrument track's inserts list. For example, to instantiate DigiDesign's Expand instrument on a stereo instrument track, choose Insert, Multi-Channel Plugin, Instrument, Expand. You will see that Expand is automatically listed as the MIDI output in the instrument track view. To use a hardware MIDI sound module, click the track's MIDI output selector and assign the instrument and a MIDI channel, like Korg Trinity Channel 10. Select a MIDI controller as the input device on the instrument track's MIDI input selector. Usually the default setting, All, is a good choice that enables you to record from any controller connected to your system. If using a hardware MIDI sound module, set the audio input selector on the instrument track to the DigiDesign or M-Audio interface inputs where the audio outputs from the MIDI sound module are connected. I'll choose inputs 5 and 6 here. If using a virtual instrument, you don't need to worry about this because all of the signals are contained within the Pro Tools software. Choose a patch or sound for your instrument. Also make sure that the sound is assigned to the same MIDI channel as the instrument track's output. In this case, we have Expand Channel 1 and Korg Trinity Channel 10. Assign the instrument track's audio outputs to your main monitoring output path, for example, analog 1-2. Now, record Enable the track and check for incoming MIDI data on the track's MIDI velocity meter by playing some notes on your MIDI controller. If you have a signal, hit record and play, and voila, you're recording. If you want to record the audio from your instrument track to an audio track, do this. First, create a new audio track. Use a stereo track for a stereo instrument, a mono track for a mono instrument. Assign the audio output of the instrument track to a bus, for example, use bus 1-2. Select that same bus, bus 1-2, as the input for the audio track. Assign the audio track's outputs to your main monitoring path, for example, analog 1-2, so that you can hear that track. Now, record and enable the audio track. Hit record and play, and you're recording. Note, make sure your instrument track isn't record enabled so that you don't record over the existing MIDI data on that track. Now you're ready to record using instrument tracks in Pro Tools.